Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
I'm Will.
And today, we only have one subject to talk about today. Now, of course, we've been looking at these comments, honey, about this said topic, and honey, the people are upset. Now, woo, listen, we're gonna go ahead and discuss the Illuminati article about Power Rangers. Well, yeah, Power Rangers leaving Toei. Now, y'all, before we even start, how y'all think? Like, I just got a question for y'all before we even start. Before we even start this episode, I just got one question for y'all. For the past couple of days, from the reactions that we've seen, how do you feel about the reactions? How do you feel about them? Like, how do you feel about everything thus far?
Okay.
Well, I didn't know that there were negative reactions to it.
There's a lot.
I didn't see that.
Will, do you not be on our Will?
You know what? In Will's defense, it's because you and I are really quick on opening our stuff that by the time he sees it, is actually disappeared.
Yeah.
So, in his defense, that is what has happened. And I know that because there are times when you are on our page and then I'll see the ding, but then when I go on, I don't see what I was supposed to see. Does that make sense? And then I have to kind of go searching for it before.
No, it makes sense, but it's like, dang, I mean, our post is there, man. Like, it's there. You don't look at our posts?
Obviously, well, his homework, but
you're like that. You're like that one student that the teacher is just like, hey, this assignment is due at a certain time, and you're just like, oh yeah, I didn't even see that on the bulletin board. Oops, sorry.
That is well for you. That is well, ladies and gentlemen.
It's been up for like almost 2 weeks, but okay.
Okay, before we get started, I just have to say this. First off, I am shook that we decided to use the source from Numinati. Wait,
Illuminati. Like the Illuminati, but put nerd in the middle.
Numinati. There we go. Anyways, I'm shocked that we are even reporting a source using them. Because we all know in the past, they be giving us false bait titles, making us watch a whole damn video when things are not even being canceled, or starting a whole ride online when things are not even confirmed or true, or even close to the truth. So I'm shocked that we're using it, but hey, you know what? We're here now, and it is what it is.
There has been some things. To their defense, there has been some things. The reason why I chose to share this news is because I personally felt like, for me, in my heart of hearts, the type of news that this isn't we're, certain Rangers might be in a special type situation. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm looking at the 25th anniversary where a certain Ranger that I love to my heart's content was announced that she was supposed to be there and she was not. However, we're not gonna go there because that's gonna make my blood boil. But anyway, so they have gotten some things wrong in the past. They have
some.
Yeah. But we do have to give them credit for certain things because they did give us, the Ryu Soldier thing. They were the first to have that, and that was true.
In Austin too, right?
And Austin, yep, they were the first to reveal Austin as well, which was true.
Fine.
So, I will say that. Like, I have to give them credit where credit is due. However, the reason why I went ahead and I posted that was because, for one, there's certain things that in my heart of hearts, I probably would have a problem with posting something like that. Because if I were to get that kind of information and be like, hey, somebody were to, say this is true information. Someone, a source of mine came up to me and said, hey, I heard word on the street is, girl, this is the T. Hasbro might be leaving Toei, girl. You know what I'm saying? If somebody were to tell me that, to be truthfully honest, I don't know if I would even report it. The reason why is because if it proves not to be true, that is straight up career suicide. Like, you just literally destroyed your entire career. And all of your relationship and your trust with your fan base. You just nuked it. Like, you literally just blew it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and shared it because I'm like, this may probably have a ring of truth to it. Now, all of it may not be true. There may be some things in there that's like, that's not quite true. That's probably going to change, this, that, and the third. But I do believe that there might be a ring of truth to it. And that's why I was like, you know what? I think I'm post this, because it's like there may be something there. There may be some information there, which I'll get right into. But the reason why I asked y'all how y'all felt about the reactions is because so many people, when I tell you, if you look on, when we posted about the whole Illuminati article and everything on our page, so many people ran to the guys of, oh, it's fake. Woo, child. Listen. One of the main things that people kept saying was he didn't say his sources. Now, I didn't see that on our page, but I've been seeing it like a lot, like all over the internet. That's one of the main arguments. They didn't reveal their sources. I don't know if that's true, because they didn't cite where they got it from, and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, let me go ahead and say this. We're talking about a huge, huge, huge corporation. If you watch the video, now mind you, I'm going to be honest with you. I watched it. I watched the whole thing.
You poor soul.
Girl. The only reason why I watched it was because I was going to talk about this. It's the only reason why I watched it, because I was going to lead this conversation. However, I could have had a V8 for like an hour and 45 minutes of that whole conversation, because literally the main part of the main tea, if you will, was literally like 20 minutes, if that, of the whole video. Like, I mean, literally, the whole
exactly
thing was like
why
over 2 hours.
That's exactly why I didn't watch it, because they did that with another big story a few years ago.
Like, that's basically what happened. And I'm literally sitting there like, why? First of all, why did they do this to me? Because, like, first of all, excuse my French, I have shit to do. I don't have time to sit there for 2.5 hours listening to a whole interview with Michael from Power Rangers Now. I don't have time for that. Get to the point. Get to the reason as to why we're here. I don't care about, his stuff, what he got going on. Honestly, that's not my tea. You know what I'm saying? It's not, and no offense to him at all. No offense to him, because I understand, you know, he's going through a lot. He's done a lot, and you know, he's very important with Power Rangers now and all the stuff that he's done in the Ranger community. So I get it. I definitely give him credit for it, and you know, I'm very happy for him for all of his success and, you know, and all of his future endeavors with his new job and everything. So I'm very happy for him.
Right.
However,
comma,
you shady. However,
comma,
no one, what we were there for, no one cared. No one cared about any of that stuff. We wanted to know about the specifics of, is Power Rangers finished with Toei? Is Hasbro cutting ties with Toei? Yeah. That's what we wanted to know.
That's too big of a story to try to keep people from for that long.
Right. And that was the part that annoyed me, because I'm like, first of all, if you really wanted to go ahead and you wanted to introduce the people to Power Rangers now to Michael, first of all, for most of us already know who he is. If you're a Power Ranger fan, you know who Power Rangers now is. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. However, on the same token, if they wanted to do that, keep that mess to a minimum. Get to the point fast, because that's what people wanted. That's what people want to hear. And that's not what happened. However, going back to the main point, people are so quick to go, oh my God, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. My whole thing is, for one, like I said before, if by chance he went ahead and was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and tell this, and it's not true, like he will literally lose all what little faith he has left with the Ranger community. Like, I mean, it's done. Like, it's over. So he's putting a lot on the line here. Number two, also on the same token, people saying, oh, he should tell the sources. That's like me getting, like, because basically what he said was he heard not just from people who deals with Hasbro, but from other entertainment people as well. And when more than one, and I'm like him, if more than one person who don't know each other, none of these people know each other, if more than one person is saying the same thing, 9 times out of 10 is true. And all of his sources, being from different parts of the entertainment industry, from what he was saying, all of them were saying the same exact thing. So if that's the case, and also he and Toku Chris basically said the same thing. They both said that they've heard this information since the beginning of this year. So that's how long this has been going, according to them. They've heard this information since the beginning of this year. So if that's the case, it may have a ring of truth to it. Now, let's talk about the details. Like, before we go forward, I do have a question before we start talking about the details.
Another thing for the people that are saying that it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, what are his sources? Obviously, you can't give the name of the source that you get that information from, because it's usually from an insider that works for the company, which means that they probably would be fired. So obviously they ain't giving the damn name up. Okay, that's it.
Exactly. Thank you, Will. Thank you. Because that is literally the main thing.
That's like an NDA shit.
Yes.
Like they probably gonna get sued for that shit. They can't
reveal secrets like that. And it's like, people really do need to use their brains when it comes to stuff like that. Like, it's just, think about, it's literal basic common sense. If someone is saying my source is telling me X, Y, and Z, 9 times out of 10, they can't reveal what that source is, because, like you said, that source may end up losing it. They might lose their job. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may end up losing their job. And it's like, most people, when they reveal stuff like that, they tell it to people who can get that information out there without them, risking their jobs, but they want to get the information out. So they turn to other little, places like, Illuminati or wherever, and be like, hey, can you put this out here? So that's what happens. But of course, they're not going to say, yeah, tell the world I said this. No. Yeah. Like, common sense. Nobody's going to say that. Like, and then, you just reminded me of something. Another thing that people were talking about, because I saw this a lot. Y'all, website coding does not mean something is fake. Yo. Website coding, for the last time, I'm going to repeat this one more time. Website coding does not mean that something is fake. One more time for the people in the back. Website coding does not mean that something is fake. I don't know why people automatically thought that, this website automatically, like, it says lazy in the coding, so that automatically means it's fake. No, y'all. No, that's not what that means. It's not what that means. But okay, fast forward. Now, I have a question for y'all. Should Power Rangers actually be fake? Not fake, actually be ending. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Should Power Rangers be ending? What do you think is going, let me rephrase that. Should the TV show of Power Rangers be ending? What do you think is going to be the alternative? Or what would be the alternative that you would want to see?
Okay. For me personally, the current format, I don't feel like hasn't been utilized properly in terms of, I always talk about this when we have these discussions about the direction of the show. It hasn't grown. I feel like the quality has regressed. So it's probably time to end it in the current format of a kids' TV show. I think that there's a couple of options. One of them is an animated option, which is something we've talked about a lot. And I think that with stuff like Young Justice, or I can't think of another recent cartoon that's like really good writing quality and stuff like that. But it's possible to have good animated and content with good writing, good voice acting. You don't have to worry about budget because it's animated. And you don't have to worry about aging actors because you could actually use the actors that are still alive and well and just have them voice the characters. That'd be a way of getting them back. The other option I think that would be pretty cool would be if they went a streaming route. So Hulu or Netflix, something like that. And you take the lead of what the 2017 movie did as far as having a product that really anybody can watch, but it's not solely targeted at 3-year-olds. It's something that anybody can watch, but you age it up a little bit. I don't need it to be like the Power / Rangers short, but just have
was Zach doing drugs?
Yeah. We don't need it to be like that, but you can have some more some quality, some integrity when it comes to the writing, the storytelling, the direction, all that. I think that it's been time for the series to level up and change. Yeah. So those are the two options that I think I will go for.
Funny, because I feel like Will pretty much mentioned what I would like to see as well too, and maybe this will give them a reason to create their own Power Rangers too.
Mm-hmm.
Because like obviously they can't be using the Sentai. Is it Sentai? Am I saying that right? Not too sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, Sentai. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sentai footage or anything like that. So maybe this will allow them to be creative and create their own Rangers, which they've done in the past, and they've been really good. Like the Titanium Ranger, who would have expected that, right? So having more original content would be really awesome. Obviously if their partnership does end, I would love to see that, and I would love to see definitely kind of like more of the 2017 stuff and not geared towards children, and have it more mature, and have it even be like CW kind of stuff too.
Yes.
I would love to see that. And even have like different spin-off series too, like different, how they have like with the CW, they have like freaking Supergirl and an Arrow, and then they have them in different dimensions and different Earth. That would be really awesome. They had different series going at the same time or various time, and then have them all collaborate or have different spin-offs of that one show. Yeah, that would be really, really cool. I would like that. And of course, an anime series is awesome. You can't go wrong with that. And a streaming site, it's the best way to go, considering the fact that that's what we all watch these days. And it'd be really cool if Netflix picks it up and does a Netflix original. Nothing that Netflix ever done has ever failed. That would be cool.
The only thing with that is that I've noticed that Netflix series, they don't last that long. They last between like 3 to 4 seasons. Like they just canceled Sabrina. I was really surprised about that.
They canceled Sabrina?
Yeah, after season 4 is done.
Fine. They want to cancel, but that's fine. Okay. Not the main topic on hand right now, but should they want to cancel, or like if it's only like 3-4 years, which is fine, because then maybe they can recreate a different series too. So it's like instead of having the same team instead of having a different turnover every year, they can have the same team for a few years and actually have them grow up and move on and do all that stuff, and then maybe every 3-4 years they can change it up and have a different series.
If they can finagle a deal like that, I'm all for it.
You know what I mean? That would be cool. I mean, thank you for ruining it for me, Will. Damn. But yeah, that's what I would like to see, and that's what I would hope to see if their partnership does end. That would be really cool. Originals and all that stuff. That'd be really cool to have aside from that, and to see what I guess North America could really do with it. Should they be on their own? And imagine the casting too. Like I would hope they would get like big castings, like big celebrities to do it, or even like a new and up and coming celebrities, or like I don't know, like that would be really cool to have like a big name attached to the franchise. I mean, I know like the 2017 movie, that cast alone has done really great things and really big things since then, but not a lot of people know that they are connected to the 2017 movie at all.
Right.
But that would be really cool, though. That's what I would love to see.
Sure.
What about you, Brennan? What would you want to see? Because we know you have a say or two or more.
Honestly, we've all kind of covered it. I mean, personally, I would like to see I'd like to see an animated series. I think that's something that they've been trying to push for a very long time, something that they may have wanted for a while. And I mean, there's always been rumors going around that Toei isn't about the animation, as far as them, doing, animated Power Rangers and stuff like that, because they wanted them to use the actual footage. Do not quote me. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is rumored that that is the case.
Yeah.
With that being said, if that is the case, that may or may not have played into a part of why that split may be happening. Now, going into our next point is, so no pink spandex, Lisa J. Hey, Kurt. She went ahead and she did the Lord's work, and she found some information that that I wanted to go ahead and share with you all. So she found the contract between Toei and Saban.
Oh.
There are SEC filings, including the agreements, memos, and amendments from when Disney bought Fox Family. In that was the initial contract between Saban and Toei. So it was the initial contract between Saban and Toei when he acquired Zyuranger for the first time. Within the agreement, it detailed the terms and delivery dates of when Saban would get the Zyuranger footage. In the second clause of the terms, it outlines that they had the licensing for 10 years. In license C, it also granted them an additional 15 years should the original terms be satisfied. So if you think about it, when they acquired Zyuranger back in 1992, that means they had an additional 25 years on this agreement, right? Now, guess what came around on that 25th year?
Oh, them moving to Hasbro?
No, not yet.
Dimensions in Danger?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
You're close. Ninja Steel.
Oh, okay.
Ninja Steel happened right around that time, within that 25 years. Now, if you guys remember, there was a lot that happened during that time. Like, a lot happened with the series. Because that was also during around the same time of the 2017 movie. Now, remember, the 2017 movie did not do well.
No.
So, right after that, shortly, what did Saban do? You said it the first time, Will. He sold it. Right after that. Sold it to Hasbro. So that means pretty much right now, those terms and conditions of the original contract, they're up for renegotiation.
Does it still count since there was a time where Saban gave up the rights to Disney? Like, so would the original contract still like even count?
Well, apparently they do. I don't know the ins and outs of this contract. I guess because he sold the actual, like, the whole thing, like the whole package all together. Because he sold it that way, I'm guessing that the contract was still in full effect. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know. Just putting that out there. I'm just saying, just timeline-wise, it makes perfect sense as to why Hasbro would go, you know what? Looking at these current terms, there's some things we want to change. And not to say that Power Rangers, the TV show, may be ending. And I think that that's something that is very important for people to know and to understand. I don't necessarily believe that the TV show itself is ending. I don't believe that. I think what's going to end up happening is they're going, they're going to make some changes. There will definitely be some changes within the inside of the show, as far as like contracts and things of that nature, how the show is being done and all that stuff, like the actual foundation. There's going to be some changes as far as that is concerned. Should they actually do get rid of the TV show, I don't think the TV show is going to be going for long. I really don't. And the reason why is because you don't buy a franchise for $500 million just to go, we're gonna kill it after one season of Power Rangers. Like that's not business. Like that makes no sense. Like no company would do that.
0 cents.
Like nobody would do that. So if they were to buy this franchise, obviously their plans originally was to go, you know what? We're trying to build this franchise from the ground up. We're looking into the bigger picture of things. We're looking at, this franchise being your Marvel, your DC. That's what we're aiming towards. I don't foresee, and they've done that with Transformers. Because now Transformers is like, it's out there. Like it's way bigger than it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine they're going to try to do the same thing, and maybe them either cutting the contract with Toei or renegotiating the terms with Toei. Maybe all of this is because they have bigger plans for what they're going to do in the future. So I really don't believe that the actual, let me say this. Let me rephrase this. If they actually do, should they actually go ahead and, get rid of it, right? Honestly, it wouldn't bother me. It would not bother me if they would go ahead and say, you know what, we're done with the show. We're done with it. For now, we're going to go ahead and, Dino Fury, that's it. After you, girl, we're just going to go ahead and, put this off to the side. That would not bother me. It really wouldn't. The reason why it would not bother me is because, for one, Illuminati also reported that there is a movie, that there's still the movie or whatever is still hanging behind the curtain somewhere, and they went into details about what they heard, which I'm not reporting because that's not the focus here. But it seems to me that they're going to try to revive the franchise based off this movie. So
that's a strong if.
Right. This is my theory. But if they do that, then to me, what that means is they have really big plans for this movie. Not only that, but if they are planning on airing this movie and there's not a TV show around, to me, that means they're not trying to make the same mistake that the 2017 movie made. Because let's be for real. When the 2017 movie came out, what was airing? Ninja Steel. Ninja Steel was not a good season for that.
Nope.
I'm sorry. It just was not. Like literally, there were people who have not seen the show in years. And they're like, oh, I didn't know Power Rangers was still on. Oh, let me go refresh my palate. Let me go see what they doing right now. You turn on the TV and you got Ninja Steel. No tea, no shade to the actors or, the people affiliated with the show. No tea, no shade. But you got this show going? Most people would be turned off instantly. Like, it was not a good show to have running concurrently alongside the movie. That was basically supposed to be like Breakfast Club meets Power Rangers, meets Avengers, meets, what was the movie with the kids who went to the cave and they got their powers and they would learn how to fly with Michael B. Jordan and a whole bunch of other people. I forget the name of that movie. But but yeah, it's like a whole bunch of movies mixed all in one. But needless to say, they wouldn't have, like, I really feel like there's so many things that if they were to try to redo the brand and redo the movie universe, redo the actual Power Rangers universe, period, just to try to redo it. If they were to do that, they want to try to either run it alongside the TV show that is good, or do not run it alongside the TV show at all. Because if it's not up to par, why are we trying to do a whole big budget movie alongside that? And it's not good. It's not a good product. That's my theory. I'm pretty sure I'm probably wrong because I'm not good with theories like that. But that's my theory on it. But like, to be truthfully honest, I just personally feel like I said, they would not buy the franchise just to go, oh, we're just gonna do 2 seasons of the show and then kill it, especially when the show is about to reach its 30th year anniversary. Like, literally, when the show ends in 2022, it would be 2023. So it would literally be 30 years of the show. I do not believe that they are going to just, leave the show looking crazy, leave the franchise looking crazy, and there not be something reflective of the 30 years that Power Rangers have been going. I do not see that happening. I do not. That is a huge wasted opportunity.
And a shit ton of money to lose. A shit ton.
Exactly. I mean, hello. I mean, the amount of memorabilia, the amount of just like, because 30 years, they're going to be just re-releasing, they're going to re-release some MMPR. That's just fact. But they're going to re-release so much Power Ranger stuff, y'all. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, some of the Power Rangers, mark my words now, some of the stuff y'all done seen in the past couple of waves of Power Ranger toys, y'all gonna be seeing them things again in 2023. I'm just saying. Y'all, mark my words, y'all gonna see it again. However, them flip heads coming back. But no, for real. Like, I don't necessarily feel like they're gonna be like, oh yeah, like, we're just gonna go ahead and shut everything down and we're not gonna do nothing for the 30th year of Power Rangers. Like, we're done. I don't see that happening. I just don't. So, I mean, personally, like I said, at the end of the day, something is going to happen. Whether we like the change or not, the main thought that I want to leave everybody with this before I get you guys' opinion is, at the end of the day, we cannot be scared of change. Like, you just can't, especially when a franchise like this has been this stagnant for so long. I mean, think about it. The show has not seen mass-wide, huge success since the early 90s. That's when this show boomed. Like, literally, the show was at its peak in the early 90s. It has not been able to get to that point, in over 20 years. I'm sorry, but it's time for a change. And I feel like Hasbro knows that. And to be honest, it kind of feels like they're willing to go all the way to the bare minimum, the bare bottom of all the stuff, all the seasons, everything. They're willing to go all the way to the bottom, knock everything down, everything that we've seen, everything that we know, knock all that stuff down, just to say, you know what? Let's start from the ground up and rebuild. I feel like that's what they're planning to do. And if that means getting rid of Toei to do it, they're willing to do it. Because to be honest, these men and these Armani suits sitting at this mass table at Hasbro, they don't have the same feelings we do about this show. They don't. They can care less. This is a business for them at the end of the day. So if they're willing to go ahead and say, hey, we're ready to change this, and we're willing to change everything about it, we have to accept it, whether we like it or not. Like, that's just, it is what it is. So what are you guys' thoughts? What do you think? How do you think the future of Power Rangers look?
I have no idea.
I was just going to say, I don't know what to expect personally, but I think at the end of the day, is going back to what you were saying earlier, is that we can't be afraid of changes, And whether or not we like it, change is coming. Change is on its way. Because let's be honest here. For the past 10 years, the franchise itself has not done well at all.
No.
At
No.
all. So this could be the change for the better. This could be the change that could actually bring us to the level of Avengers, of Justice League, of, like all of those CW shows that we've been seeing. And this could bring Power Rangers back to where it should have been in 1993. The magic that everyone keeps trying to recreate. It could bring it back to that. But then at the same time, it could actually crash and burn too.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm with you there, Will. I don't know what to expect. But at the same time, we can't really control what's going to happen. Only the people that are doing this or making these changes know what's going to happen and know where they're going to go with this. But we do know for sure that they ain't going to buy this huge franchise and just throw it away. They're definitely going to take advantage of it and milk it for all they can.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
That makes the most sense. I'm surprised at that that line of thinking that some people really honestly think that they would do away with this after they spent all that money.
Because people don't use logic. They don't use logic. They just hear, it's kind of like those clickbaits that we always see. Power Rangers canceling? ?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my God, Power Rangers being canceled. Power Rangers being canceled. Dude, ain't nobody being canceled yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. To be fair, it was canceled in the past, but at the same time, I think those times, they like when Disney did it, they had it for a while before they did it. They literally just bought Power Rangers. So, I don't know. Like the idea of them doing original seasons is pretty cool. If everything stays, like if they keep on the road that they've been on as far as just continuing to have a TV show that's catered towards kids, I would hope that they would come back over to the States and that they will make the show union again. Just because that would mean we would be able to see a lot of the actors that we watched as kids, because that's one of the reasons why a lot of people haven't come back, because the show's not union. And also I'm thinking about the actors too. I would hope that they would get the residuals and that they would get paid fairly, because I end up loving these actors, so I want them to be getting something, other than all the fans that they get. I want them to actually get money from this.
Right,
experience.
right.
So, yeah, like we gotta wait and see what happens. It should be more exciting than scary, I think, though, because it's not. I don't think it's not going anywhere.
No.
Right, Will.
No.
Right. And I think that also too, to add to that, because there's something about what you just said that to me rings a bell in my head, is that it was the way that it was put out. It was a way that news was put out. Because if you look at the actual article and you look at some of the things that they posted and things of that nature, it was very much like, oh, we're, this is alarming. We need to grab your attention. Here's something that is like, oh my God, it's time to freak out, y'all. Like, it was the way that it was presented. And then for Joe to go back and say, well, no, I wasn't trying to. I feel like there's something that to be said about that, Will, because to me, it feels like when Joe initially came, when the Illuminati originally came out with this article, it was rooted in panic. And it was it was rooted so much so in panic that people automatically was just like, it's fake. Automatically it was just like, I don't even want to even think of the possibilities because of the simple fact that you've already have a track record of, things not being true. B, also like, this is so absurd in my head that I don't even want to even think about the possibility that there is a possibility that they might split, that they may renegotiate their terms. Hasbro may renegotiate these terms and go, you know what, we need to split. Like people don't want to hear that. And it's like, this is not a bad thing. I mean, companies do stuff like this all the time. Like, it's not something that's like, oh my God, like this is horrible. Like, what about what's going to happen? Like, look, even if they do, Power Rangers is still going strong. They're still going to press on. They're still going to do what they're going to do. Whatever plans they got, whatever down the road that they're planning, they're still going to do it. And even if they're not doing it with Toei, it doesn't mean that, everything's over. It doesn't mean that. So, I mean, yeah, I'm glad you said that, Will, because that's just something that I do feel like a lot of people just don't. When you hear stuff like that, it automatically just means in a lot of people's heads, it's like, let me expect the worst. And it's like, no, I mean, there's some good stuff that can come out of this if they do it right, which I believe that Hasbro might. Hasbro seems like they're really trying to make this brand into the next big thing.
Yeah, that wasn't my thought process at all. The first thing that I thought of was, oh wow, maybe this means we'll get an original season. Like that was literally the first thing that I thought. I didn't think that the show was going to be ending.
Yeah, I mean, personally, to be honest with you, and I've been saying this for y'all, well, y'all know anyway. I've been saying this forever. Give us original content. Now I know it's going to be budget, like it's going to be a huge budget. But shoot, give us like original stuff. Like give us an original TV show with like original characters, original suits, original Zords. Like give us all the original. Like I am here for all of that. Like give me all the original. Because I mean, to be truthfully honest, it's not like we can't do it. It's not like we can't. I mean, think about it. The original movie, we've had 2 original movies already. I mean, Turbo was pretty much, I mean, literally all of it came straight from, from Car Ranger. But Mighty Morphin, brand new suits, brand new, a brand new take on the suits, brand new take on the Zords. 2017 movie, definite brand new take on the suits. Yeah, definite brand new take on the Zords.
And even with the Turbo movie, even though the suits and the Zords came from Japan, the movie was all American. So like
exactly.
Yeah, you could still like there's examples. There's so many examples. Even I'm sorry. There's so many examples of when they've used American footage for a long filming process. A lot of the seasons that we've had, like there's been a few of them where they've used like totally American like a majority American footage. I think RPM was one of them. I think.
Oh yeah, like RPM. Hell, Power Rangers season 3. Mighty Morphin season 3 was literally all like American footage except for the Zord fights.
Right, and even some of that was American. Even some of the yeah.
I mean,
they know how to do it.
They know how to do it, and then not only that, but like Lena said, Titanium Ranger, the Spirit Rangers.
Right.
Like we've had American stuff where they just, completely just made their own thing and just shot a whole bunch of footage and created their own storylines and everything. and said, you know what, take this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's going to be something like, oh my God, like, you know, oh my God, like everything's changing. Yes, but not in a bad way. Like, should this, like I said, should this thing be true? You know, I think it's actually a good thing, to be honest. I actually think it's a wonderful thing. Should it be true?
I agree, because we need to change too. We really do need to change, because we've been in the exact same rut for how long?
About a decade, yeah.
Yep. And we grown.
Yeah.
We grown.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I mean, if you really want to take it a step further, I mean, like I said before, you know, the highest that the show has been as far as like, you know, popularity was the 90s.
Yep.
Like mid 90s, like after like 95, 96, popularity left. And it was kind of like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. But it never really had that, oh my God, we're shutting down the 405 and, you know, we're shutting down, no, not the 405, I'm sorry. We're shutting down the 101. And, you know, we're, you know, running out of toys in the stores. And it never had that again.
Nope.
You know?
Yo,
so it's like, it's about time.
Real quick, for the toys, have you guys been, whether it's been recently or in recent years, have you guys been in a toy department and see the Power Ranger section now?
Scarred.
Yes.
Very, very scarred.
And like, that's so crazy, because I remember when half of an aisle and risers was all Power Rangers toys, and now there's like this small section.
The smaller.
Like five things in there, like literally five items in that.
And it's like one of each item too.
Right.
And some of them are just double up, not even like different items. Yep. It's actually really embarrassing.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I haven't shared it with you guys in the chat, but like sometimes I'll take a picture and be like, oh, let me share this with these guys, and like this is kind of pitiful.
It's really embarrassing. Like, I remember when the 2017 movie came out and I got all excited. I rushed to the store to see if I get the toys. You know, when I said, excuse me, ma'am, sir, do y'all have the Power Rangers section? They say, who now?
Oh.
I said, the Power Rangers section? They say, ma'am, try the toy department. They had no idea what I was talking about. Yep.
How was the promotion for it in Canada? Did you at least see anything in a movie theater?
I went to the movie theater thinking it was going to be busy and I can't get tickets. Yo, I was the second person that bought tickets that day.
Wow.
Oh, God.
And you know why I was the second person? Because my friend was the first person. Yep. And then I went to the movie theater thinking it was going to be packed. Because, you know, it was just too early. I came too early. No. I was literally one of 3 people in there. And like I said, we were one of 3 because my friend was the second person. And then I saw it again when I visited my sister. And there was a little bit more. There was 7 of us in the movie theater. We were going a while. 7 of us. Woo! Didn't know how to handle ourselves.
Wow.
7 of us.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad here.
I know. I heard.
We had.
We're going crazy, lining up, making it seem like it was like Christmas all over again.
Well, it wasn't quite like that.
Okay, but I mean, compared to what I was seeing in Canada, it was Christmas for y'all.
Yeah, there were like there were definitely people in the theaters for it, and I remember before the movie came out, there were the big ads. Well, not the big ads, but like the cutouts that you could take a picture in front of.
Yeah, they had that at the movie theater for us too, but like they hid it in a section where if you knew where to look, you could find it. Otherwise, oh yeah, it was really embarrassing.
In the toy store, in the stores, I remember seeing the PDQs and the signage for the movie. But things aren't the same.
Nope.
Anywhere near the same.
Nope. But you still have way more traffic than we did in Canada. I remember watching the news and everything like that, being like, y'all make it seem like it's Christmas for you guys. And people were like actually excited to see it. I remember seeing like the lineups in the footage and stuff like that, where like in Canada, there was no lineup. We didn't care, or they didn't care, I should say. And whenever I talk to anybody about it, they're just kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it. It's not like the original. I'm like, well, it's not meant to be like the original movie. Duh.
Ugh, that was annoying.
It was so annoying. So annoying. They look nothing like the original. This sucks. You do realize that 20 what? I think at that point like 27, 28 seasons of Power Rangers, and every season has been different. So what difference does that make?
Well, I mean, there's something to say about that because to me, it feels like, and honestly, I feel like Hasbro knows this. And I feel like that's the reason why we've gotten nothing but Mighty Morphin stuff with the legacy collection. Not legacy, Jesus Christ, the Lightning collection.
Like,
I feel like that's the reason why we've gotten so much of Mighty Morphin, because they realize that, this is what all people know. People don't know about some people know about Zeo, but for the most part, most fans don't know about Turbo. They don't know about Space. They don't know about,
Ooh, I don't know about Space. I don't know about that. Because
your average fan, you think your average fan knows about Power Rangers in Space?
No,
I think so. At least
fan?
that one. Remember that one? That one was what they were going to cancel it, but they got such good ratings that they kept it going.
Yeah, good ratings because of us.
Besides actually hearing people that aren't really Power Rangers fans today and over the years say that they remember Power Rangers in Space. There was this thing on Twitter where somebody actually mentioned Power Rangers in Space, and they had a bunch of people commenting, and I was shocked to see that and happy that somebody was giving love to a season that wasn't MMPR. Yeah, I've actually heard people that aren't like big fans like us mention, if they're not mentioning MMPR, they're mentioning Power Rangers in Space.
Well, I want to say this too. Don't get it confused, because those are like sounds like almost the same type of fans who also are like, I also like Time Force and RPM.
Yeah.
Like there are certain fans that only like certain particular seasons, but when it comes down to it, like In Space does not have the same drive and momentum and fan base as Mighty Morphin. Like it never had and never will. Like that's just not not the same. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like when the first thing that people think about a Power Ranger, first thing that people say is Mighty Morphin. Jason, Zach, Trini, Kimberly thinks about TJ, Cassie, Carlos, Ashley, and Andros.
Yeah.
People remember Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin. Like they'll remember, Jason, Zach, Trini, Tommy, Kimberly, and Billy. They'll remember them.
Yep.
But unfortunately, they won't remember, TJ, Cassie, Carlos, Ashley, and Andros and Zane. They ain't gonna remember them. Now, personally, I wish they did, because to me they were better characters than the originals. However,
I agree.
People don't know them, and your average fan does not know them, and it's like that Hasbro knows that. They know this, and unfortunately, that's what we're going to keep getting. And more than likely, of course, they're going to probably intertwine them with other, past, Rangers from the franchise, just kind of give a nod to, hey, Lightspeed was a thing, guys. Time Force, gotta listen to that Time Force. They'll give nods to things because they did it with Shattered Grid. However, what was Shattered Grid mainly about? MMPR. Like, I mean, it is what it is. So that's why I'm just like, I can honestly see Hasbro basically being like, yo, this is what y'all gonna keep getting from here on out. That's what we gonna keep getting, y'all. Like,
what if?
I'm sorry.
What if, real quick? What if they decide to turn the entire MMPR comic series into an anime series?
Listen, if they did that
would be so cool.
I would lose my head if they did that. Like, first of all, if they turned the comics into an animated series, do you not know? And especially if they look like Go-Go, oh my God, I would lose my head. I would literally lose my brain if they turned this show and like turn the comic into like an animated series that look like Go-Go. I would lose my brain. I'd lose my brain.
I don't know what I would do.
I'm always talking about how much I love the DC animated films and how much sense it would make to make those comics into that. I'm surprised that we didn't get a Shattered Grid animated film, or with the recent TMNT MMPR team up comic. That has so much potential to be a like an animated movie. Like Ninja Turtles, that's still a relevant brand, that's still popular. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that, because that seems like that is money right there.
No, I agree 100%. Like, I mean, I really feel like, honestly, MMPR is the moneymaker. MMPR is your Ninja Turtles. It is your DC. It is all of those things. And unfortunately, and I wish it was other seasons, I really do, because I'm just so tired of those main characters.
So what if whatever the next play is for MMPR, they do an animated series based off of Go-Go or any of the Boom comics, and then that gets them where they want to go as far as rebuilding the brand. Then piggybacking off of that, they create a new Power Rangers, a new original Power Rangers, and then they potentially, have a new, I guess, relevant Power Rangers brand on their hands off the back of like an animated Go-Go.
Ooh.
Which that'd be like, thinking about that'd be messed up for all the other the I guess 30 years at that point history of Power Rangers. That don't mean nothing. So now this new stuff does.
I mean, to be fair, at this point, we have that 10 decade of like nothing, and for a lot of people, it's meant nothing too. Like, let's be honest here. Like starting from
Lena's
Samurai.
right.
People were like, "What's Samurai?" Ain't watching that.
Right.
And we got Ninja
Lena's
Steel.
right.
Like, I'm sorry. What was that? Great actors, great people, just terrible scripting. Terrible. Like, there's just so much of it. So we got a decade of nothing. So I'm pretty sure if we restarted from here, I don't see it being. It could be a negative. What's it called? Negative starter or what have you. If anything, I think people forgot that it would be great, because then people forgot that the 10 years even existed.
Yeah, I mean, just to chime in on that, just to be fair, most people don't even know half of these seasons anyway. Like, your average person have no idea what these seasons are.
No idea.
So, I mean, if they were to go ahead and like pretty much almost kind of make it seem like none of these seasons are relevant, it's almost kind of like, I mean, that's because they're not.
It's true.
To be honest, they're not.
They're not. I 100%
I mean,
agree.
they're relevant to us because, we watch them, and for some of them, we like them.
Yeah.
But for the most part, No.
No. 100% no.
Yeah. So I mean, I honestly, if they were to go ahead and restart the brand and do whatever they're going to do, to be truthfully honest, whatever they decide to do with it is, and it ends up being positive. However they decide to do it is good. If they go towards, animated from then on out, great. Would that probably shoot the TV show in the foot? Probably. But I mean, the main goal is to make Power Rangers the best show that it can possibly be.
Yep.
Whether that, and make it the best brand it could possibly be. Whether it be on TV as like a live action or an animated series or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main goal. And if they see a better traction as an animated series, you think they're gonna think about a live action? Hell no. Live action is out of the door. They're mainly gonna be like, okay, animation's where it's at. Bam, where you get animation.
Oh, I was gonna say, and like you said, if they look like Go-Go, yeah, give it to us.
Right. And plus, animation is not nearly as expensive as live action.
Nope.
So they're saving money. And if it's better, live action is done. It's over. It's done. So, I mean, listen, I don't want it to end like anybody else. But at the end of the day, if whatever they have planned works, and the brand ends up being better because of it, and that means no more live action, then Power Ranger fans, you better start learning Japanese or learning how to read quickly with subtitles, because if it doesn't work that way and they end up leaving Toei, honey, it is what it is. But with that being said, we would also like to leave you guys with a PSA as well. Wear your damn masks. Wear your damn mask.
Your damn.
Oh my gosh! Like,
please do. I ain't trying to get sick.
For real. Like, first of all, we are trying not to get sick, and secondly, we want things to reopen and stay open.
Yep.
Yes.
Like, if other countries can get their act together and say, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and wear masks and just stop being idiots and just, follow the rules. If they can do it, why can't we? Yo, it's simple. It's literally so simple. You just put on a damn mask, you go outside, you do what you're gonna do, you wash your hands, you use hand sanitizer, don't touch your face, and we could stop this spread. We can. Yep. And but y'all make things so difficult.
Distant. Keep your distance. At least 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally so simple, and y'all are just like, nah, I ain't doing that. Why should I have to stay? Why should I have to not wear a mask? What? It's not.
Yeah.
PSA people, just so that you know, and you can actually do your own research on this. Just so you know, the mask is not to protect other people from, not to protect people from you. It's to protect you from them.
Yeah.
Because with this virus, you can be asymptomatic and be passing this mess around and be getting other people sick. So, to wear the mask, it means to protect yourself, protect people from you. Protect other people from your germs, not the other way around. Because if everybody wears a mask, that means nobody is exchanging germs, which also means that the virus will slowly start to go away.
And we really want to just be able to do things again. And the longer that you keep not wearing masks or thinking that this is an attack on your constitutional rights, which it's not, the longer you do that, the longer we're going to be in this state, and the longer that we're going to have this issue lingering. Because, like, for real, even when we do get it under control, it's still going to be somewhat of an issue. So we're just making it worse by not heeding the warnings and the advice that we're getting from health professionals. So let's just do the best that we can so that we can have some sense of normalcy, because coming from this, things are probably going to change. There's going to be some sort of like leftover effect of this, because it's just been like too widespread at this point for it not to be. So I don't know what's going on, people. We got to do better.
Absolutely. And I mean, at the end of the day too, y'all, like, not wearing a mask, honestly, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it like this plain. Not wearing a mask is selfish.
Yes.
It's selfish. I mean, just being completely honest, because what you're doing is you're basically saying, screw other people. I don't care about you. I don't care about your life. I don't care about your loved ones. I don't care about anybody. I just care about myself. That's selfish. If all you have to do is just literally just wear a mask outside and not, spread your germs to everybody, then, if that's all people are asking of you, then if you can't do that, that just means you're literally a selfish piece of crap.
Oh, it's true.
Pretty much.
Okay. And we don't want, and listen, people, we don't want you to be selfish pieces of crap. We don't want that. We want you to be good people and great people to society.
Well, and also keep in mind, we are the Power Rangers fandom. And we're all should be considering what is right. And what is right now is for us to wear a damn mask.
Thank you. And that is our PSA. So, with that being said, my name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
I'm Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.